Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, I do have a couple products that I'm going to be showing. I have a nail drill, a bunch of dip powders, and then I'm also going to be doing a nail tutorial using all of the products that I'm showing. So first, I'm starting off here with the Bellavena Professional Nail Drill. I was just super excited for this. I was just so excited when they sent this to me. This was PR, and I am just so thankful that I am able to try out this nail drill and just give my honest review and everything like that. So first off, it comes in a beautiful gift box. This is a magnetic box too, which is like very high quality to me. I don't know, I just love when boxes are magnetic. It just really gives a whole feel for like the packaging and everything like that. So as you can see here on the little instruction manual, you can see that this nail drill is a beautiful ombre pinkish purple to blue, and it is also hollow. I was so in love with this. One of my favorite colors combinations are like a blue and purple or pinkish color, and this is just so beautiful. I couldn't resist just not diving right into the nail drill and opening it up and looking at it. This was very hard for me to show on camera just because the way it has like, you know what I mean? Like you can see the reflect of everything. It's pretty much like a mirror. Another one thing that I didn't really like is that you will get a bunch of fingerprints on it. But honestly, that didn't even bother me just because of how beautiful this nail drill is. That kind of just took over, and I honestly don't even care if my fingerprints are on it, just because like I have never seen a more beautiful nail drill than this. I was just so excited to have this and just try this nail drill out. So I will be going more in depth with everything, but first I'm going to start by unboxing everything and just giving an overlook of everything that is included when you do purchase this nail drill. So I will have this nail drill linked down below, but I also have a 50% off discount code for this nail drill. It is Brandi in all capitals and then 50. I'll have it popped up on screen. Also, I will be linking it below. Here is the handpiece. Again, I love how the handpiece matches. I was so obsessed that it had that ombre and it just matched so well. Also, this handpiece is very thin and easy to hold. It's a weighted handpiece, but not too weighted. And it also doesn't feel like you're not holding anything or like barely anything is there. Also, just the way you hold it, it is just very high quality, and it doesn't feel like you're gripping something that's so thick where it's so hard to hold. It was so thin and just a very precise design. I really loved it. The plug here is like a 3 little plug. I was so surprised with that. I never saw a plug like that. But that is the plug that just plugs right into the nail drill box. Here is like all of the major accessories that are included. We get like this little handpiece holder just to go ahead and set your handpiece on. I think it would be cool if that would have also been like the ombre. I don't know. I was just loving the ombre and hollow so much. We get like this little side handpiece holder that connects to the nail drill box. I believe you can connect it to the left or the right side depending which hand you want, which hand you use, or which side you would like to put it on. I'm not 100% sure if you can do that, but I do know for sure that you can put it on the right hand side. Here is the charger plug, which plugs into the wall and then will plug and charge the nail drill box. We have some nail drill bits. We have this one, which I was totally obsessed with. Wait until you see why I was so obsessed with it. And then we have the standard drill bits and the mandrels and just stuff like that. This little kit here is pretty standard when you purchase a nail drill. Most nail drills will always come with this little standard pack of drills, but definitely you know when extra drill bits are included, the brand is really going above and beyond and just giving you some extra drill bits that are more high quality also. So here we have the mandrel, and I just put a sanding band on it. We do get 2 of these, but this one is definitely more high quality. And then look at this one. It had a diamond. I was so in love with this. I was like so surprised with the unique feature of it having a diamond on it. I don't know. I was just absolutely in love with that. So now I am going to show here that you can plug it in and then you will charge it. And then you can also use it without it being plugged in because this is a rechargeable nail drill. So as you can see here, it's not plugged in and it's still working. That is because it is rechargeable. You can see the battery level up at the top. It doesn't move when it's not plugged in, and it will like move and charge when it is plugged in. I'm sorry so much for the reflect on the nail drill. Again, it's just because of that hollow, and it's just so beautiful. It just kind of reflects everything, but I'm really trying to show. So it is a 35,000 RPM nail drill. I will be showing the sound. It is super quiet. Like, I was amazed with how quiet it was. It was pretty amazing. On the left side here, it does have a pause and play button. The number will blink when it is paused, and then it will be steady when it is running. The handpiece is running. We also have this button, which is the forward and reverse, which shows on screen right here on the left-hand side. It shows the F for forward and the R for reverse. It also shows RPM over there because it is 35,000 RPM, 5,000 RPM, 10,000 RPM, so on and so forth. So up at the top, it's just like that little nozzle I don't know, it's not a nozzle, it's like a spinny thing. I don't know what it's called, but that is just to turn the speed. We have the handpiece here. You can unlock and lock, and now I'm going to go ahead and let you listen. So as you could tell by the sound clip I added, it is a very quiet nail drill. Another thing, it has very smooth vibrations. It is really not like vibration. It doesn't vibrate that much at all. It is very smooth and high quality. Also, the speed level is very professional and very high speed, which is amazing when you are purchasing a nail drill. You really want to look out for the speed and everything like that. Another thing I do want to quickly mention before I start the nail prep is that this nail drill does not heat up. It does not get hot when you are using it. I didn't feel any heat at all. Now I wanted to go ahead and do some nail prep. That way I could just get a feel for the nail drill a little bit better. So I started by pushing back my cuticles with a cuticle pusher. Now I put in that ball cuticle bit. I'm going to turn it on a very low speed. I went with 4,000 RPM, and I'm just going to slowly and gently take this around my cuticle area. I absolutely love this ball cuticle bit. You can put this on your skin and it will not cut you or hurt you. You just want to make sure you have your drill at a very low speed. That will, number one, help so you don't ruin your natural nail bed, and also so it doesn't slip and hurt you. I absolutely love this drill bit. If you haven't tried it before, I definitely recommend it. It really helps with getting up that cuticle and just making sure everything is clean around your cuticle. That way, when you do apply your nails, they last for a longer period of time. And just having that extra dead cuticle on your nail plate will really just make the nail set not last as long as you want it to. It will cause lifting because of that cuticle being there. I absolutely loved this nail drill. It was very powerful. I also loved the noise level. I also really enjoy when nail drills have that pause and start button. That just really helps, especially with like me doing my nails. I don't want to turn the drill all the way off. I can just press the pause. It will be paused. I can change my drill bit or just move on to the next step and then press play. So I did put in my sanding band here. This is a fine sanding band. I am just going ahead and pressing play, and then I am going to be removing the shine from my nail plate. Again, I'm keeping this on 4,000 RPM. You do want to make sure it is on a low speed. That way you do not damage your nail plate or get any burning or irritation. I really enjoyed the way the brushless handpiece was made. Just the way it's like so professional, and the way you can hold it and feel like you are not gripping something so thick. It is just a very nice and sleek design. Also, can we just talk about the like ombre hollow again? I was just so in love with that. It is just so beautiful, and I've never saw a nail drill like this before. So now I just took my dust brush and removed all of that extra dust, and I am going to be applying a DIY peel off base coat. This DIY peel off base coat allows me to pop the nails off. If you want your nails to last, you do not want to do this step. You definitely want to skip the step where I'm applying the DIY peel off base coat. Quickly, I do want to mention what I'm doing. For my DIY peel off base coat, I apply cuticle oil, rub that into my natural nails, and then I apply my top coat and cure in my nail lamp for 30 seconds. Again, this allows me to pop my nails off and keep creating more content and more nail sets for you guys. But if you do want your nails to last, you definitely want to skip this step and not apply a peel off base coat or a DIY peel off base coat. So this video is going to be a little bit crazy and kind of mixed around a little bit. Here I am pausing from the nail tutorial, and I am going to be showing the dip powders that Double Dip have sent me. I was just so excited, and I had to unbox and swatch them all because I just didn't know which one I wanted to use. I just had to see all of the colors in front of me, so I was just super excited to just go ahead and combine it all in this one video. This is a PR, so Double Dip has sent all of these over to me, so I do want to say thank you so much to Double Dip. I currently do have a code right now. If you purchase 10 dips from the Double Dip website and use my code BRANDI30, you will receive 30% off, which I think is an amazing deal. You can also purchase these kits where you get, I'm going to be unboxing one of these kits. This is kind of like a dip powder starter kit where you get the dip liquids, 6 dip powders, and then you also get some extra supplies. I think that dip powder, the gold one that isn't in the packaging, was a bonus dip powder. I'm not 100%, but you do get also a holographic bag, which is amazing. You get this dust brush. And then this is the baggie that I was talking about. It does come with a hand file, which I thought was going to be not as good quality because it is super thin. But honestly, it's pretty good. I didn't use it today just because I didn't like how thin it was. But if you are just starting or doing your natural nails, I feel like it would be absolutely fine. We get a wooden stick. We get a nice buffing block. And then we also get 4 brush replacements because if you buy this starter kit, you do get these premium nail liquids, which has the activator, the dip base, the top, and the brush saver. So that is what those brushes are for. And this is the starter kit. This code, you will need to use the BRANDI20 to get 20% off if you buy this starter kit. But if you are buying dip powders individually, you can buy 10 of them and get 30% off with BRANDI30. I know that may sound super confusing, but I will have it all linked in the description box. And depending what you are purchasing, just make sure you check the code that you should use to save coins. So I went ahead, took out all of the dip powders, I took off all of the seals and just laid them all out, and just that was like so satisfying and so beautiful to me. Just look at all these new colors. I am so thankful to add all of these to my collection. Again, I just wanted to mention that if you do purchase one of the nail starter kits, not only will you be getting the dip powders, but you will also be getting the liquids, the dip base, activator, dip top, and the brush cleaner. I'm going to go ahead and open this up and show you guys what is included. We get step 1, step 2, the red bottle, which is the dip base. We get step 3, which is the yellow bottle, the activator. Step 4, which is the blue bottle, and this is the dip top. I really like how these bottles are indicated by a number and a color. I think that is very easy to follow. We also have the green bottle, which is step 5, and that one is the brush cleaner. These are included when you do purchase a dip powder starter kit, or you can buy these liquids individually. Today, I will not be using these liquids, and I will be doing the gel method, but definitely you can use the liquids if you prefer to use the liquids. But today I personally like using the gel method just because I do kind of get like a stuffy nose and runny eyes when I am using the dip liquids, but definitely using the gel method with dip powders, it works just as great, and honestly there is no problems with it at all. So here I am going to be doing swatching. For this swatching, I'm just taking some swatch sticks and I'm using the inside. I'm applying an even coat of the Bellavena base coat, and then I'm just dipping these swatch sticks into the containers. I thought that I would go ahead and just let this play and keep it in the video. I obviously did speed it up quite a bit, but I was thinking back and thinking if I should delete it or not, but then I was thinking I took all the time to film me swatching these colors. I might as well add it in the video. So I really hope that you guys do enjoy this part of the video. I am going to let it play out, but I think it is super satisfying just to watch the swatching proportion and just seeing all of the new colors that are being added to my collection. So here are all of the colors. I absolutely love them. The swatch sticks do have 2 coats of each of the color, and I did use the gel method with dipping and swatching all of these colors. I am now going to be showing a close-up and the label of each one of the colors. That way you can take notes and write down which colors you want to add to your collection. So I just thought this would be something good to add to the video, and this would just be pretty quick. We have 268, 561, 565, 559, 642, 610, 1409, G26, 1340, G28, G25, G24, 134, 1342, 631, 589, 612, 508, 018, 494, 580, 1425, 486, DG305, 000. Comment below your favorite color. Now we are going to be moving into the nail tutorial. I am using these Bellavena jelly liquids. We have the Protein Bond Adhesive Primer, Press-On Nail Glue, and the No Wipe Top Coat. This really helps when you want your nails to last. Again, I did apply a DIY peel-off base coat, but just remember, if you do want your nails to last, you will just want to completely skip the peel-off base coat and just go in with these jelly liquids. I'm starting off with the Protein Bond, applying that, letting it air dry, then going in with the adhesive primer. If you have problems with lifting or your nail set's not lasting as long, I definitely recommend getting these liquids and trying them out. They are really helpful to prevent lifting and just making your nail sets last a lot longer. After I let that primer air dry, I'm now going on with the press-on glue gel. This will need to be cured. It does not air dry, but it acts as a base coat and applies a sticky layer to your nails just to make sure that when you apply your nails, it lasts a lot longer and keeps a stronger hold. This is a thicker consistency, so you will want to make sure that you just take it slow and make sure you are covering your full nail plate with the product. And I like to just take my time and just make sure that I am getting my sidewalls, around the cuticle, and just the full nail plate before I do cure. That way I know for sure that the full nail is covered with the base coat. I'm going to pop these into my nail lamp to cure for 30 to 60 seconds, and then I'm going to be moving on to applying my nail tips. I am going to be using the same press-on glue gel. I'm also going to be using my Bellavena mini lamp. I absolutely love this nail lamp when I'm doing the A-press dupe method. I sized out my full cover square nail tips. I am using full cover today, and I'm just going to be using this press-on glue gel to apply the nails. I'm taking some, applying it to the cuticle area, but then not flooding the cuticle area with it. When I feel like I do that, it really just seeps out, so I do like to kind of paint it on around the cuticle area and then start at my cuticle and press it onto my nail until the product has fully reached the free edge of my natural nail. I then hold it under the mini lamp till I feel like it is secure. I pull it out, make sure it's straight, pop it in for a few more minutes, move on to the next nail, repeating the same process. And then once I have all of the nail tips on, I do cure these in my big lamp for 30 to 60 seconds. This is a super easy process. It is best to try and avoid any air bubbles in the nail. You really want to make sure the product is going from your cuticle to the free edge of your natural nail. That will really help so the product or the nails don't lift. It will also help so you don't get any infections causing in those little bubbles. So just make sure you don't shake your product before using it, and that will really help. It will help to avoid those bubbles. I did decide that I wanted to cut these nail tips down a little bit, so that is what I'm doing here. After I cut them to the length I like, I'm taking my hand file and just crisping up the shape of the nails, just the free edge, and kind of making it a more tapered square look. I do like to use full cover nail tips when I'm using dip powder. I don't know, I just don't really like to build the nail, and when you use full cover nail tips, it really takes out the building of the nail, so I think it's a lot easier to do. After I have filed with my hand file, I'm now taking my e-file with that same cuticle drill bit and just going around the cuticle to clean up any extra product that may have squeezed out. And I'm also just making the nails look a little bit more flush to my cuticle and making them not give off such a press-on vibe. I really like doing this step. It just really makes the end nail set look 10 times better. After I was finished taking my e-file, I'm now just taking that buffing block that came in the dip powder starter kit, and I'm just going to buff the tops of all of the nails. That way I can remove all of the shine and it will be ready for me to apply my dip powder. Once I'm all finished filing and buffing, I'm taking my dust brush to remove all of the dust, and now we're going to go in with the dip powder application. I did decide that I wanted to use Rosewater 610 for my nude shade. This was a beautiful nude. I love this nude so much. And again, I will be using the gel method. Don't forget, you can use the dip powder liquids and just follow it step by step. Here are the liquids. I personally like the gel method a lot better. I don't know if it's because I personally prefer gel products, but I just think when I do a nail set using the gel, it just turns out a lot better. I also don't have to worry about the burning of my eyes and nose, so I just really like doing this method a lot better. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking my base coat from Bellavena and applying an even coat to the nail. I'm starting off with my index finger here, and I'm just making sure I have a very clean application with the base coat. If you do get any on your skin or around your cuticle area, just make sure you wipe that up before you pour over your dip powder. I'm taking a cupcake liner and just using it to catch all of my dip powder and pouring over the dip powder, making sure I get the dip powder on the sides of the nail and around the cuticle area. When you are doing the gel method, it is definitely best if you pour over the product instead of dipping the product, because the gel will move and it will create kind of like wrinkles in the nail if you dip it instead of pouring it. So I definitely recommend, if you are doing the gel method, you definitely pour over the product instead of dipping the product. So you will need to cure the nails. You could cure one by one. You could also do a quick little flash cure and then do a full cure. I personally like to do a full cure once I am all finished. I don't know, I feel scared when I do it that way because I don't want to bump the other nails, but I also feel more comfortable doing that way because I can keep my hand from going in and out of that nail lamp. So I don't like putting it in so much. I just feel like that's just unhealthy. So I like to try to do all of the nails and then I do one cure. I do my thumb separately. I don't think I really ever mentioned that, but it is best if you do your 4 fingers cure and then do your thumb and cure. That way, because your thumb sits sideways in the lamp, it will not cure the product fully. Whereas if you do your 4 fingers cure and then do your thumb individually and set it flat and then cure, I just found that's a lot better, and it just makes sure it helps to make sure that the thumb also gets a good full cure. So I'm just repeating this same process on all of the nails. I'm applying my gel base coat, making sure it's an even thin layer. Also making sure I clean up any product on my skin or around my cuticle area. And then I am just pouring over the product. After I have the product applied to all 4 of my fingers, I am doing a cure for 30 to 60 seconds and brushing off all of the extra powder. Now I am going to be going in with a second coat. Again, because I did do full cover nail tips, I do not have to worry about really building the structure of the nail or building an apex. Even though these are a little bit longer, the full cover nail tip really gives a lot of support to the nail, which means I don't have to build up any structure or build an apex. If you are doing half cover nail tips, you will want to make sure you build the structure of your nail, not only focusing on the color. That is why I definitely recommend using full cover nail tip. I just think using full cover nail tips makes it a lot easier to do a quick and easy nail set when you can focus on only applying the color and building up the color, not building a structure or building an apex. That is one reason why I do like using full cover nail tips when I am using the dip powder method. So again, I'm just repeating the same exact steps as I did with the first coat. I'm applying an even coat of the base coat, making sure I don't leave any on my skin or around my cuticle area. And then I'm just pouring over the product. I really like using a cupcake liner. It just catches all of the dip powder, and then it is super easy to pour the product back into the container. After I have all of the second layer applied, I am then going to be curing for 30 to 60 seconds in my nail lamp. I did want to mention that if you do purchase 10 dip powders on Double Dip, you can use my code BRANDI30 and you can get 30% off, which I think is so amazing. They have a beautiful new Easter collection on their website now. I definitely recommend taking a look, and I just know if you love dip powder, you definitely will want to purchase. Also, don't forget these dip powders can be used as acrylic. So if you don't like dip powders, but you are seeing a color that you absolutely love and need to have, you can purchase it and use it as a acrylic. I will be doing a video soon using these dip powders as acrylic. After I have 2 coats on all of the nails, I decided that was good enough. And now I'm just going to go in with some quick filing. When you are filing dip powder nails, it is super easy. I feel like there is not much filing at all, especially if you keep a nice clean application. It just, when you apply that even coat and then pour the product over the nail, it just creates a very nice clean application. So I just go around, shape the nail up a little bit with my hand file, and then gently go in with my buffing block to buff the tops of the nails and just kind of smooth out the nail and make sure there are no lumps and bumps. After filing and buffing, I wiped away all of the dust and also picked out some colors. I picked out 642, 559, and 565, which is a pink, aqua, and purple. And I'm going to be using these to create French tips. So as you can see, I did my index and middle finger off camera already. That is because I wanted to try the process and see if I could actually do it before I did it on camera. I don't know, I was just struggling a lot when I got to this part. I had to buff my index finger probably 2 times to remove all of the product and start over again with like the colored powder. So yeah, this was a whole process, but I was able to do it. Once I figured it out, it was so easy to do. So I'm taking that same Bellavena base coat, I applied some to my palette, and I'm using a line brush to create my smile line with the product. When creating the French tip, it was a little bit hard to see, but because I kept the surface like filed and buffed and didn't apply a top coat, it was pretty easy to be able to see the smile line in the French tip with the glossy base coat. You could also go in with a matte top coat if you think it would make it easier, but definitely don't go in with a glossy top coat because then you won't be able to see your French tip and your smile line, and it would just make it 10 times harder. So after I had my smile line, I filled it in the rest of the way with the base coat. You just really want to make sure you are trying to be as precise as possible. That way when you do pour over your colored dip powder, you are keeping that nice clean smile line. So after you have that base coat and smile line French tip complete, you want to pour over the product. And then I did cure each nail for this just because honestly, I was just struggling a little bit, and I don't even know why I was struggling. I think I was just struggling because honestly, I was planning on doing ombre nails, but then I decided that I should try French tips instead. And I feel like thinking in my mind, I really wanted to do ombre, but I also wanted to really try doing French tips, so it just made it a little bit difficult for me. I don't know. Either way, it is very beginner friendly and pretty easy to do, especially if you practice a few times. So after I applied my colored powder, the dip powder, sprinkle it over, pour it over, whatever, I did cure for 30 to 60 seconds on each nail individually, and that is how the nail set looked. Now you will need to clear cap, so you can take the clear base dip powder. You can use it as the dip powder and just do like 1 or 2 coats of this, but that will involve a lot of filing because it will bulk up the nail. So personally, I like to just go in with a thick no wipe top coat and just seal in the layer. And also just make it a smooth surface because the dip powder on the French tip obviously brought up the nail a little bit, and it's not a complete flat surface. If you rub your finger over the nail, you will fail where the French tip starts, and that you just want to take that away. So you can use the clear base dip powder and do a coat of that on the nail, but that will include more filing. And if you know me, I don't like filing, so I personally just went in with the Bellavena No Wipe Top Coat and just capped in all of the product and also made it be a smooth surface. After I applied that, I cured for 30 to 60 seconds, and now I decided I wanted to go in with some nail decorations. I'm going to be using these blue, pink, and purple flowers that I purchased from Amazon. These are super trendy and I absolutely love them. So I'm just taking my rhinestone glue and placing it where I want to place the flowers. And then I'm just using my wax pencil. I'm using a bigger flower than a smaller flower, placing it where I want it to be on the French tip. And then I'm going back in with that rhinestone glue, placing a very tiny dot in the center of the flowers and placing a gold little ball. That way it can be like the center of the flower. And then I am doing a quick flash cure under the mini Bellavena nail lamp. And then I did do a full 30 to 60 second cure. So let me tell you, I use these blue, pink, and purple flowers. And look at these flowers. If you want to purchase these, be warned, they change colors. I don't know if it was because the UV LED nail lamp, if they'll go back to the same color. I don't know, but I was a little bit bummed because the flowers matched so perfectly, like with the colors, and then they changed colors, and I was like, why are these flowers orange? What is going on here? So I was a little concerned about that, but it's okay. That was the last step in this nail set, applying my cuticle oil to top it off. And I absolutely love how this nail set turned out. It honestly reminds me so much of Easter and spring. I think it's so cute and so simple. Like, I really love it so much. It just is very beginner friendly. I definitely recommend checking out the Double Dip aka Bellavena website. Don't forget to check the description box for the products I used, also the codes. That way you can save some coins when purchasing from them if you are interested. But as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.